Papa, can you hear me? Thank you so much. I'm back. Remy broke the 1100 charger. All right, and we're back. Thank you all so much for joining me. We'll get you on the other side.
So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only a day. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. And we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds.
Here we go.
Keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
Yeah, I'm right. Thank you, kisses.
We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeling your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's flow for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow, where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Good to see you all in chat. Hope you all are well. We certainly have a lot to talk about this evening. So, well, let's just do it. Before we get started, do me a favor. Please hit that thumbs up button. If we get to 1,000 thumbs up, we have a chicken party. I would love to have a chicken party tonight. I don't know about you, but I would love to have a chicken party. So if you don't mind, hitting that thumbs up would greatly appreciate it. Also, share the live out. Share it out. Share the gospel everywhere you go on your social media. That always helps out as well. Also, become a member of the Pearl family. We want you in our family. That always helps as well. Thank you, Pink Warrior. I'm having surgery tomorrow. Pink, of course, honey. Absolutely. I don't want to ask what kind of surgery you're having or anything, but please keep us posted, please. Please keep us posted. Thank you so much, Linda. Really do appreciate you, honey, for sharing that out. Thank you for my Francais custard. Oui, oui. Thank you so much. Is my mic on or is it just me? Yes. Well, my mic looked perfectly fine when I first started my live, but apparently Remy had stripped the wires out, meaning she yanked on them and pulled them out. So there's that. I'll be a follow with, okay, honey. Everything's going to be okay. I know I haven't changed my banner. I usually change it with my shirt collar. All right, there we go. It's too blue. It's too blue. I'm blue, double D, double die, double D, double die. Okay. I need a cordless mic. Well, that's fanciness, Mohawk. That's fanciness. Okay. We're not that luxurious yet. Okay. I gotta grow a little bit for that. Okay. Anyway, so there's been an awful lot, and yet I say this all the time, and also nothing going on in the Lilly Jack Sullivan case. And, you know, Belynda, which is the bio grandmother on the paternal side, was on another channel a little bit ago, and I love Belynda. I just want to say that first and foremost. I love the woman. She reminds me of one of my aunties, and she's just a good person. You can just tell she's just a good person, and my heart sincerely breaks for her. Excuse me. It sincerely breaks for her that she's going through this, and I think of her as the only family advocate for Jack and Lilly at this point. I really think of her as the only family advocate for Jack and Lilly, because now I appreciate Daniel. I want to make it clear that I do appreciate Daniel, him speaking out. He didn't have to. And I've always given him credit, and I'll always give him credit for that. But the problem is with Daniel is he says a new story every single day. Every single day. And yeah, Lakeside, we'll play some. There's going to be so much to go through with that. It's going to take a few days, a good few days probably, to go through all of that, to be quite honest with you. But we'll get to all that. Yeah, Lolly, let me be extremely clear on this, because if I have not gotten 20 text messages, I haven't gotten nothing. When it comes to, there is a video that has been put out stating that a child's remains was located. And I want to be extraordinarily clear that that is false information. It's complete ridiculousness. So I'm going to and this is the thing with AI. It comes with its good things and it comes with its bad things. And this is one of the bad things. Thank you, Nyla, for doing that. This is the channel, and it's ranking in the views, obviously. Oops. Thank you for saying that, Lily, because I completely was going to mention this. And it makes it look so authentic. In child abuse, ECA network, RCMP new update 15 minutes ago, police found body, Lilly and Jack Sullivan. All caps, true crime case documentary. And it's got, this is a very, for those of you that are familiar with Canadian news, but that's not the word I'm looking for. This is a very well-known anchor, national anchor. And it makes it look like he's talking and that he's being legitimate and all of that. Take that video down. Have you no decency? Have you no decency? Listen, we all want clicks. I want as many clicks. I want as many views. So does every other YouTuber. But how you get them matters. How you get them matters. Have some decency. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with a little decency? And people have said, I mean, like, people were texting me, Lilly and Jack found one of their bodies have been. I'm like, guys, no. It's pathetic. Oh, it upsets me to no end. Upsets me to no end. Really bad. So, where is Daniel's mom, Janie? That's a good question. We're going to get into that for sure. I want to thank, do we pronounce it Duvi? Duvi or Divi? Let me know. Thank you so much. Thank you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for your support. Really do appreciate you. Okay. So, no, there's no proof it's Lilly. There's no proof of anything. There's no proof of nothing. Nothing. Zero, zilch, nada, nothing. If you don't see the RCMP or main news come out with something, wait. Just wait. Don't take it from, don't ever take information, especially life and death or life and death situations. Please, guys, from one pearl to another, don't ever take life and death situations from something that is AI. Don't take it, especially if it's a news anchor that's not talking right out of their mouth. Okay. And this is the thing. AI has done some wonderful things, and it's going to continue to do some amazing things, especially for education, especially for healthcare. Those are the two most things I'm excited for with AI. But there's going to be a lot of downsides, and we have to educate ourselves on those as it happens. We have to really educate ourselves on this. So there's that. It's really sad that someone would do that, and to make it look like they're this network, that they're advocating for a child. Come on. Thank you so much, Jane. I clicked it and it's disgusting. Please don't put yourself through it. Yes. Thank you so much, Jane. And a lot of people did. Because it feeds, it's part of that algorithm. It knows that you're following Lilly and Jack Sullivan, and it wants to get you with the newest news. You know what I mean? Thank you, Be Great. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, honey. Really do appreciate you. Now, did you hear anything, if it's true or not, that allegedly that they were seen in a salon in 526 in Upper New York? So that has never been confirmed. That was someone who said they in their opinion, these two children appeared to look like Jack and Lilly, but it has never been confirmed. It has also never been confirmed that they have been taken by anybody, meaning that they have been abducted, that they have been crossed over province lines, state lines, country borders, right? So there's that. So with all that being said, now I know I want to say a couple things because Durwood, is that his name, Durwood? Or they call him something else too. I just call him Durwood. That's the only thing I knew about. He spoke out this evening as well on another channel. I wished we would have gotten to hear Belynda a little bit more respectfully. Hopefully we'll get to hear from her more again in the future because Belynda has firsthand knowledge. She was there in flesh that day. So I really like to hear from her respectfully. Now, again, you can feel how you feel about the guy, Durwood, or like him or loathe him. That's up to you. I want to say that I think he has good intentions. His intentions are good. But I still don't believe that he knows what happened to Jack or Lilly. I don't think he knows any more really than us, in my opinion, as well. Now he was he'll say things like, I can't let that out, or I can't let this out, or whatever. And are you telling the RCMP? Are you telling the RCMP? That's all I care about. If you're telling the RCMP, that's it. That's it. Now, he says Janie wants to come out because of us dumbasses out here speaking about things we don't know about. Okay. And this is my message. You should have came out 7 fucking weeks ago for Lilly and Jack, not because of any us dumbass YouTubers. How about that? Janie, that's what you should have done. You should have came out for Jack and Lilly, not because any of us. You're saying we're talking about things we don't know about. Okay. Well, maybe if you would have informed us and the world and the country 7 fucking weeks ago, maybe we would know a little bit more. And maybe if your son would stick to one fucking story one good time, we might know a little better. But he changes it every fucking day. Okay. So there's that. Kind of lost my little cool on that one, guys. But it is bullshit. Complete buffoonery to say, well, I'm thinking about coming out there. I'm thinking about coming out there and speaking. So you'll speak on someone like a YouTuber, but you won't speak for a 4 and a 6-year-old child? Don't let us be the reason you talk. Ever. you've had 8 months or 8 weeks. 8 weeks. And respectfully, I mean, like I said, I think Durwood means well. I really do. I think he means well. And I don't think he's a bad person, even though he cussed me like a sailor yesterday in chat. I still don't think he's a bad person. And his intentions are pure. But this is the thing. When you're cussing the RCMP, saying they don't know a mother trucking thing, right? They don't know a mother trucking thing. But you're also saying, how about they share some information? Why? I mean, this is the thing. They know what they know. And if you're saying they don't know anything, but you're asking them to share information, hello. Now, listen, you can criticize the RCMP till the day of judgment for all I care. But you're being a little hypocritical right there. Now, I am glad that I don't know the channel. Hold on. It's Criming Shame. I sub to her today because I wasn't sub to her, but I subbed to her, but it was like 12 hours. You had to be in there before you could chat. So Belynda is a sweetheart. Belynda, I just adore that woman. And like she said, she's just wanting answers. She's just wanting answers, and she's desperate for answers, which is exactly what any family member does whenever they have a missing child or a grandchild. They're desperate and they'll do anything. And so if you say, yeah, I've got answers, got 80% of it. But now is he saying that Lilly and Jack is he saying that they're alive or deceased now? Or what happened to him? Because when all of it's, when all of her live and stuff is done, I'll go through it, because he's saying that Janie heard them. This is what he said. He said Janie heard, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody was in that chat and listening, Janie heard the kids until 9 a.m. May 2nd. 9 a.m. May 2nd. Oh, I agree, Becca. 9 a.m. May 2nd. Yeah. 9 a.m. May 2nd. And which is interesting, because once we get one of Daniel's little stories down, how can she hear at 9 a.m. on May 2nd? Daniel's got text messages. My mom was napping. I think he means came outside, because she heard me yelling that morning for the kids. Melaya was playing on her phone. I thought Melaya I thought Melaya was running back from a car. I thought Melaya was running back from a car. Why the hell is logic lost anymore? Like, why? Oh my God, Brandy, there's so many contradicting statements. So many stories. It's crazy. Thank you, Lakeside Baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Melaya was playing on her phone. Mom came out and she said Melaya had a look of worry in her eyes, that Mom was home. No tears. She wasn't scared. The kids were gone. Just a look of worry. She had gotten caught or something. Let me tell you something. Because Daniel told Durwood something and Daniel told someone else the same thing only means he told you guys the same thing. It doesn't mean it's a fact, especially if he is a potential suspect in the case. That's not corroborating anything. That is just a suspect giving you a statement. And suspects lie every day, especially one that has given us 350 other stories. Especially if they have given us 350 other stories. Like said individual. Listen, if someone says, believe Daniel, believe Daniel, believe Daniel. And listen, I don't think Daniel's a bad person. I've told him that. I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think Malaya's a bad person. I think they got in a situation and something happened and some things, bad things happen and things spiral out of control. Right? But if you're telling me to believe someone now because, on their 51st or 301st version of it, whenever you've had 8 weeks to give one right version for 2 kids that are missing, especially, I don't know, the one that lived with them, I don't think that's much to ask. Except if you know something and you don't want your ass to go to prison, maybe. I'm a little fired up tonight, guys. I apologize for my language. I really do. But it is just buffoonery to me that there are 2 kids missing. Human beings, babies. And you can't get a mom, a mother who held them in her womb for 9 months, gave birth to them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 4 and 6 years, heard their laughs, heard their cries, changed their diapers, seen their first steps. You can't get a mother to say the truth because she may end up in prison. Is that love? Is it love? I don't know. Everyone has their own version, or their own definition, rather, of love, I guess. I get it. Nobody wants to go to prison. Nobody. Nobody. But if something happened, take it on the chin. Take it on the chin. That's all I can say. If there was an accident, say there was an accident. I don't know who is more involved than who. I can't tell you that. All I can tell you is that the only person that is advocating for these children is Grandma Belynda. That's it. That's it. Now, Melaya allegedly has these texts out here that says Daniel only cares about what people think about him. And he's not looking for my kids. Are you standing in a mirror, Melaya? Stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself in the eyes and tell yourself that. Mirror work is good. I've told my audience it's a great form of getting real with yourself. Standing in front of a mirror and looking your own self in the eye, because we don't look our own self in the eye a lot of times and talk. Look at your own self in the eye. When you go to the bathroom or take a shower or wherever, Melaya, stand in front of that mirror and say to yourself right now that you're doing everything you can to find Lilly and Jack Sullivan. And if you don't feel any guilt or anything, then you're doing everything you can, I guess. But I've never seen a mother like this. One interview splits the popsicle stand. How does a mother do that? How does a mother do that? They're not legally married. Yeah, they're not legally married, but I think in Canada, if you've lived with someone a year or two, you're considered what's a common law marriage or something like that. I'm also so over people who have lost their moral compass to disregard for human life. Yeah. No, it doesn't. You're right, Andrea. Absolutely doesn't mean abuse. Do I think there was some form of abuse in that house? Yeah. In my opinion, there was. Whether that is verbal, physical, or whatever, I think something was going on in that house. I think there was something leading up to that house as well. Their relationship, something was going on. Neglect, absolutely. Absolutely. The only mother that I know is look for baby is Lori Daybell, just saying. Yeah, no. I mean, Malaya's not the only one that but I mean, hell, even Katie went back to her house. Even Katie went back to her house. And there is so much craziness around this. And let me just give me 2 seconds, y'all. I need to show you something. Okay, so we're gonna show some things that was said this evening as well. We're gonna get to all of that. Buckle up, buttercups, because it's gonna be a long evening. Guys, please hit that thumbs up button. It just saddens me to no end. I just think about these kids, and I just can't imagine being this little boy and this little girl, and at the very least, having your mother not say an ounce other than a 2-minute interview in the last 8 weeks, when you've been lost out in the unknown, and you've had a stepfather give 20 different stories. Why can't there be one, Daniel? Why can't there be one? Right? What's wrong with just a simple story of what happened? Not you was asleep, she was asleep, Lilly came in, Lilly poked her head in, Malaya was on her phone, Malaya was asleep, I was asleep, Daniel wasn't asleep, I jumped in my car immediately. No, I ran up the thing, wherever the hell the little playthings that they played in. I went up every dirt road. I went in every culvert. I was running in front of helicopters. So much bullshit. So much bullshit. Now, Janie or whoever RV grandma was heard him till 9 o'clock. Heard him till 9 o'clock. 8 weeks later, we're hearing this from some guy off the internet that's a local. Again, I think he has good intentions. I think his intentions are good. I don't think he means it in a malice way. But I also think he's being played like a fiddle. Because respectfully, the man didn't even know a timeline was important. He didn't know what a timeline was. So there's that. So I just want to say that. Okay. Moving forward here. I'm going to play some stuff. Oh, I found I had not seen this one either. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. I've got so much stuff pulled up here. This is about Of course, Lilly and Jack Sullivan. This was May. When was this? God, I've got so many. What date was it? That one's June 11th. No, it's earlier than that. May 30th. This one, May 23rd. Sorry, guys. I don't have my stuff organized. I just came live. I was fired up. Okay, the Chronicle Herald. This was May 5th. Before we get to the video and all that stuff. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We have enough people in here for a chicken party already. Okay. Search continues for missing Pictou County children. Everybody is still holding out hope, but you can see it's starting to wear. This was published May 5th, 2025. Last updated May 28th. But Daniel says something here. Daniel, and this is by the Chronicle Herald. Saltwire. They do some amazing reporting, by the way. I like them a lot. Daniel Robert Martell told the Chronicle Herald that he and his children's mother, Melaya Brooks-Murray, last heard Jack and Lilly on Friday morning as they lay in bed with their baby. Quote, the sun was already up and Lilly came into the bedroom, said Martell. That's a quote. The sun was already up and Lilly came into the bedroom. And now, listen here, y'all. Janie, or whatever RV grandma is, Daniel's mom, she is saying, allegedly, according to Durwood, that she hears him at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Boy, we're just tightening that old timeline up, aren't we? But the sun's coming up. And we hear him. How about that, Daniel? Isn't that interesting? How these stories evolve and change after, I don't know, 7 weeks of bullshit lying. Muscles, I'm cussing today, honey. And that's a quote. I just want to get that quote again. Quote, the sun was already up and Lilly came into the bedroom. Yes, 5 a.m. the sky was, it was like 5:35, I think, or something like that. $5:35. I know. I'm going to go to confession now. I need to. Said Martell, came in the bedroom. Now, if the sun's coming up, right? And what time was Malaya up? 6:15, 6:17? So it sounds like there's a lot of activity going on in this house. Around that time, the sun's coming up. In my opinion. Now, if someone tells me that now they heard Jack and Lilly at 9 a.m., And you are saying Melaya via text message. Hold on, I'll have to pull it up. But it was like, I'll have to pull it up. I don't want to say it. Belynda was talking with Darren that she was agreeing with everything he has said. I love Belynda. I love Belynda. And Belynda said she'll find anything for answers, which is what a grandmother does. Don't blame her one bit. She just wants her grandkids found. That's all she cares about. She wants answers. That's what she wants. That's exactly what they're doing, Brandy. Closing that old gap. I trust Belynda 100%. 100% with the things she says. Belynda, I trust 1,000%. Her account. Not a question. Anybody else? No, I don't. No. Because the other step-grandmother hasn't spoken out in 8 weeks. The stepdad has told 50 stories a day. Mom has told one story, leaked some text, and that's it. Right? No bueno. No bueno. The sun was already up. Lilly came into the bedroom, said Martell. Quote, she had a pink shirt on. We could hear Jack in the kitchen a few minutes later. We didn't hear them. So I went out to check. The slider door was closed. Their boots were gone. Martell said he immediately jumped in the car and searched neighboring roads, looking in culverts. By the time he returned, the RCMP were on the scene after being called by the children's mother. So I guess Melaya called, right? Melaya said she did call. She said it was instinctual, even though Daniel said that he had to tell Melaya to call. Whatever, not a big deal, not the end of the world. Okay. So began the massive search, blah, 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 blah. Each day, 140 ground search. Let me see if he says anything else here. We identified not just things that are relevant, but also things that aren't. If you have people from coming in, they can contaminate the search scene. Okay. Let me see if Daniel is quoted anymore in here. The children's mother left the area on Saturday to be with family. It's hard, said Martell. I'd ask that anyone with information pass it along to the RCMP. It's been a hard week in Pictou County. Hanson said. All right, moving right along here. There's another one here. Okay, here is another direct quote from Daniel. Now, notice what he says is here. These are direct quotes. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Wrong one. We're going to get to the video in just a second. Okay. Daniel, quote, when we noticed the children were gone, I immediately jumped in my vehicle, surveyed all the areas, as many dirt roads, as many culverts as I could. But this is where he messes up, in my opinion. And waited for the police to get there. In the other one, he says the police were already there. That's a big difference, big time difference, right? Let me see here if there's any more quotes on this one, and then we're going to get to... There's no cellular service, which they could still call through the internet. But wasn't there a problem in the beginning about them calling 911? They said they had to get down the road or something like that. I'll have to look up that a little bit closer. This was May 4th. May 4th. This is the rainy one. It was a rainy day that day. He said the last time he saw the children, he and their mother was in their bedroom with their baby that morning. He said Lilly came into the bedroom several times, and he could hear Jack in the kitchen. Okay. All right. We'll get to all that stuff later. Let me show you this stuff. What's this? I bet someone just sent me something. No, I don't. Yeah. Okay. It's so sad that you see these Wikipedia pages with these missing babies on there. It's really unfortunate. All right. Let me put this link in here, and then we're going to listen to this. Okay. I just got to upload something. 2 seconds, y'all. Okay. And I'm not going to, I can't play the whole thing because it is so entirely long. But there's the little part that I got to hear Belynda, which is the most important thing in my opinion. And so credit will go to Criming Shame. I'll put her link in the description as well. And we'll go over it more tomorrow, but I want to give her, to be respectful and give her time to get her views on it. It's a really, really long interview. Sources. A Criming Shame. So it's about this, what I'm playing is about, I think, 25 minutes or something. You sneaking in? Is that what you said? Okay. All right, credit goes to Criming Shame. I tried to join the chat, but it said 12 hours when I started in there today, and I just subbed up to her today. So here we go. Okay, here we go.
I didn't have a clue.
So who you're going to be hearing is Belynda, which is, remember, nobody has a firsthand account of anything that happened that morning, like when the incidents that were taking place or the disappearance took place. But Belynda is the first account that we have that showed up there, right? And there was some other woman on, forgive me, I don't know the host name of the Crime and Shame channel, but there was another woman on there and she just kept talking and talking and talking. And I'm like, let Belynda talk. Because like everybody wanted to hear from her. Like, we can all do our commentary later, all of us, but let her talk now. So there's that. Here we go.
That's where Melaya lived. And I feel so bad now because we could have stopped in so many times. But my sister and I get out and we start walking to the trailer, and that's where I seen Janie sitting down, and I wish I could remember, but I can't, who the woman was sitting beside her, and there was a policewoman standing up, and they were talking. Pardon?
Was it the
Yeah.
psychic?
Yeah. She was, I don't know if she was an attorney for the UK or whatever, but I was interested in Belynda. Belynda's a sweetheart. She is. I feel horrible for her.
Belynda?
No, I think the psychic was with Cindy,
No,
but
but
it was probably your sister,
she
Miriam.
called Janie Mum.
By the way, there's no echo anymore.
Oh,
You
she
can talk
called. Okay, she called Janie Mum because she said, "Mum, it's okay. They're not blaming you. They're not stating that you did anything wrong. It's okay. They just want to look in the trailer so they can move."
Now, this is really important. Let's set a little context here. So, Belynda is Jack and Lily's grandmother, biological grandmother from the paternal side, the father's side. Okay. Now, Janie is step grandma. If, oh, and that's not funny. It kind of is though. But Janie is the Daniel's mom. Okay. And the RCMP allegedly wanted to go in to her RV camper trailer and look in her little camper thing. And she declined at the very beginning because of allegedly of a dog. I want to make it extraordinarily clear.
Rule it out. They just need to check. They just want to look in the trailer so they can rule it out. They just need to check the trailer. And she was going on saying no, she didn't want them to look at something. I can't remember what it was. It was a cupboard or something. And she said about her dog, that
old mother cupboard. Janie, what's wrong with letting them look at your cupboard? Okay, there's a dog. How about you grab it by the leash and say, here, I've got 2 kids missing. Make yourself at home.
she didn't want her dog getting hurt. And
Didn't want her dog getting hurt. God bless her. God bless her. She's supposed to start talking now after all these YouTubers have started talking. You know, it's been 7-8 weeks since Jack and Lilly wouldn't talk for them. And let me just make it clear, because I was fired up earlier. That is what Durwood said. So Janie may have never said that she was coming out to talk. So I want to make that clear. But if she said that, then I stand by it.
the policewoman was telling her that she was impeding an investigation and that she would have to get a search warrant because
that is impeding an investigation. If you don't let them go and search, they're going to get a search warrant. You're damn right. But here's the thing. According to Belynda, Miss Belynda, she says that the RCMP left and said they would be back. Was there anybody else there? I gotta pray.
they have to search the trailer. And the policewoman left. And then my sister and I headed towards the trailer. We got in the trailer. Right away, I went over and hugged Melaya. Of course, I started to break down. I guess once you reach 60, everything makes you cry now.
Oh God, me too.
That
Bless Belynda's heart. She broke down a few times this tonight, and it just broke my heart. Just broke my heart. Justin, Belynda told her version, then Durwood, who wasn't there, tried to correct her. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Let's hear from Belynda. She's the one who is not only biologically the kid's grandmother, but she was there. She was there. Let her do the talking. And what's the camper mama? She's supposedly wanting to come out and talk now, which would be great. Yes, get that timeline. Get that timeline, honey. Let's get it.
I hugged her and right away she thanked me for coming. And I noticed that her grandmother, Patty, was there. She was sitting on the couch. And I asked Melaya if she'd heard anything yet. Did they find anything yet? And she said no. I said, who are the ones outside? And she told me that was Janie, Daniel's mom, and that was Justin, Daniel's brother. But I know she said who the other.
Daniel has another brother named Justin, which I'll be honest with you, I got a weird feeling. I don't really want to talk about it because it's very speculative. But I know some of you have it too because you told me. I might talk about it later, but I'm not talking about it tonight. Y'all can talk, maybe say it in chat, but you'll get where I'm coming from whenever she says this, probably.
One word, and that was
Grandma Belynda doesn't say it.
Justin, Daniel's brother. But I know she said who the other one was, and like I said, for some reason it's just gone. So I asked her, I said, what was the last time you seen the kids? Did you see them at all? And she said, no, the last time she saw them was when she put them to bed Thursday night. I said, what time did they get up? She
Listen,
said between 8 and 8:30.
listen to this. This is what Melaya told Grandma Belynda, who I think is a sweetheart, and believe her, because she wants these kids found. She's the only advocate for them right now. What allegedly is Patty's cousin has the timeline on her phone. Oh, I bet you she's got a timeline on her phone. But guess what? A timeline on your phone, what does that mean? You typed up a damn timeline? What does that mean? What does that mean? What is... Belynda said he was crying very hard, Justin, the brother. Yes. That's exactly right. People are saying Malay Justin. Yeah, Mohawk said it. It's weird to me. It's just weird to me. It's weird. It's weird, I'm telling you. There's no... I want to make it very clear. There's no proof of that whatsoever. But it's a little weird, in my opinion. What is it? Yeah, for crying out loud. I got you. Thank you, dear.
She saw them was when she put them to bed Thursday night.
Okay.
I said, what time did they get up?
So, according to Melaya, she never heard from her kids again after she put the kids to bed? Her. Am I understanding that right?
She said, and she said, no, the last time she saw them was when she put them to bed Thursday night.
Saw them.
I said, what time did they get up? She said, between 8 and 8:30. She said, I heard them playing in the...
Oh, my thing's giving me update. Hold on. So, 8 and 8:30. That's interesting. And she heard them playing right before
the other room.
Hold on. I hate when it does this. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. And I will fix this problemo. I don't know why it does this. Let's see here. Oh, damn. Okay.
I said, what was the last time you seen the kids? Did you see them at all? And she said, no, the last time she saw them was when she put them to bed Thursday night. I said, what time did they get up? She said, between 8 and 8:30. She said, I heard them playing in the other room. She goes, and I kind of drifted off to sleep. She goes, but they must have got out of the door. And I said, that's the door right there. And she said, yes. And she opened and closed the door.
So, how is Belynda seeing them at 9 o'clock, supposedly? Or 9:30, something like that. What did M call the school on Thursday morning? She called, well, on Thursday morning, we don't know. But on Friday morning, it was 6:15 or 6:18. Which is interesting, isn't it? She wakes up, allegedly, before the kids are up. She doesn't check on them or anything, but she notifies that school that they're not going to be there today, just like they weren't there the day before. It's very early to call the school. Very early to call the school. Yeah. Yep. You call the school, don't even check on the kids. At that point at 6:17, she hadn't even heard or seen the kids since last night. Since last night. Hadn't heard them, seen them since she put them to bed. Okay.
It is a fairly quiet door. It's not a loud door, but I mean, it's a patio door. So unless you're kind of listening, you really don't hear patio doors open and close. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are going on about it, but
I mean, there are some doors that are loud, some doors that are more quiet. I don't know if Belynda got to ever check that patio door and see if it was loud or not. Some are really heavy. Some of the patio doors are very, very heavy, and some of them are not that heavy. So that makes a difference too.
you don't overly, unless your ears are tuned for it to know the door is opened up.
Yes.
As a parent, they should have been tuned in.
Yes. You got a 4 and a 6-year-old there who have been home 2 days that are supposedly sick, and you get up, you're consciously awake, whether you step out of the bed or not. That's, I don't know, but you're consciously awake to say, I've got to get in touch with this school. Now, the next thing I would like to know, did Miss Melaya have an alarm clock set that morning? Did she have an alarm clock set that morning? Because if she didn't have an alarm clock set that morning, in my opinion, I bet she was up all night. I bet she was up all night. Hello, Melissa. Good to see you. Now, if she had an alarm clock set for 6:15, that's one thing. I don't believe she got up at 6:15 by herself. I don't believe it. What time? Yeah, alarm on the phone. But you got to remember, there's a text of Daniel saying that that Melaya used his phone to contact the school, right? Because her phone was dead. So it's hard to have an alarm on your phone, Miss Melaya, if your phone is dead. Just saying. But she could have an alarm right here. But they need to see, and I'm sure they have, if she had an alarm set, whether it was a phone or by her bed or on Daniel's, and what time did she call Thursday?
So then I asked her what the kids were wearing, and she told me what they were wearing. And then I said, we're going to go search. I said, where do you think the kids went? And she said, I don't know. She said, I don't know what to do. I said, well, you're their mom. You know them more than anybody. When you have them outside playing, where do you think they would go, that they were curious and wanted to explore?
Where do they go? I don't know. I don't know. Is it a waning gibbous again? Is it a waning gibbous again? Uh-oh.
Johnny, I'm backstage.
Nope,
And-
you're right here. Sorry, Belynda.
Oh,
I
that's
can.
okay.
Kent, you're not backstage, Kent. You're right up on
Oh,
the panel.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, Belynda.
Oh no, that's fine. That she said they spent a lot of time playing up into the woods.
Joe, your gibbous has been waning since 1976, so don't even give it to me, okay? Okay.
So I told her, I said, that's where we'll start our search. We'll start it there and work our way up. So we went back out and we spoke to one of the searchers because we just wanted to know where we were allowed to go. They told us that we could search on their side of the property, but we couldn't search across the road because that's where all the searchers were. She said we would rather not have anybody searching. And I understood that.
I completely understand that, especially in the most critical first few days. You don't want anybody searching that's not really a searcher. You understand that. Maybe it's a waxing crescent. Well, I'm still in a no-shave November.
But she said you could search the places that we've already gone through. So I told her, okay, we would do that. So we went up through the woods. You could see where the kids played. You could tell that the kids really enjoyed the yard.
Hum the lowest note you can.
Sorry.
From the time we entered the property, it just became background noise. It never stopped barking. We went up through the woods. We made it to a field in the back.
Listen to this.
And we combed the woods beyond that. And then we seen all these wood roads going, these old pathways going. So we were up there for about an hour and we headed back down. And I went back into the trailer.
And like they were up there for an hour. And I'm sure they were exhausted in that hour. And a 4 and a 6-year-old ain't getting that far in that time frame. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Right? It's just not in that time frame.
And Melaya had Meadow cradled on her hip, and there was a couple of groups of people, but I wasn't paying any attention to the people at that point. So I don't know who they were. And she was going to different groups, talking with people.
Never mind.
So I went up and I told her, I said, look, I said, we searched up here. I said, now there's a field back there. I said, do you ever take the kids back there? Do they know that area? And she said, yes, that she's had them back there. I said, okay. I said, so we're going to go up the road and we're going to cut across the property and come back in to where that field is. So we left again, and that's what we did. We went up past their place, and there's another road that goes in past where the train tracks are. We went up and through there and we cut across. We come across a couple of brooks, but right away it was hitting me that there's just no way these kids would be in these woods.
Exactly.
It was just like a jungle.
Just like a jungle. There's no way. Yeah, God bless Brenda. God bless her. There's no way that. Oh, yeah. See, people are asking about that fake ass video again. That's terrible. I addressed that earlier. I've had so many people reach out to me today. Ugh. Video. But she's like, it's just a jungle. And that place is very dense forest.
That we looked through deer paths, and a lot of those were blocked off. Rabbit trails, a lot of animals will use the same trails.
Yes.
We followed what trails we could, and they always came to dead ends. We walked the woods road.
That's another thing. Daniel says the kids didn't like the rain and cold, and they would have come right back in, so they didn't go in the woods. They weren't abducted from the road either. Bingo, Care Bear. Bingo. that's the words that he said. They didn't like to be cold or wet. They would have came back in, and they didn't go in the woods. They just didn't go in the woods. And our CMP says there is no sign that they have been abducted or taken at all. Now, there was, what was it? Some news outlet was reporting something about being a crime now. Let me see here. I'll find it in a second.
For, oh my gosh, for about an hour and a half, we walked the woods roads, and all the time I'm calling out for them. And nothing, just nothing other than ribbons. There were ribbons everywhere.
And the ribbons everywhere is telling you that they have already been boots on the ground, searched there. It's already been searched. And they went over it time and again. Facebook is one group that Travis Decker was in Spokane, gone by the name of Kevin. I don't know, Alicia. Oh God, it's 2025. Nothing would surprise me. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much.
Everywhere throughout the woods, that's all you seen was ribbons.
It's amazing. It's people.
So we come back out. And
I mean, an hour and a half of a family in the woods, that's a lot of searching. And I'm sure they are exhausted after an hour and a half of searching. This isn't mountainous terrain, right? I mean, there's little, knolls and stuff like that. And there's, different levels of like rocks and stuff like that. But it's not like mountainous, but you can go quite far in an hour and a half, especially if it's not like big ass mountain. Oh, thank you, Alan. I appreciate that.
we took a break in my sister's car. And I said, I'm going to go in and tell Melaya that we're done. So I went back in and I spoke with Melaya, spoke with Patty. Patty was telling me about selling her home. And that she was worried sick. And you could see she was worried sick. She was pretty upset. Melaya was talking to that same woman that was sitting at her table. That I don't know who she was. I come back out. When I come back out to the car, Cindy pulled up, and Cindy had someone with her. I don't know who it was.
Was that the cousin that was with Cindy? Is that the cousin? Does anyone know who was with Cindy? Meadow may get up early to be fed. She could be. But I mean, I don't know. She's 18 months old. I don't know about that, though.
I didn't recognize her.
18 months.
And I know I can't remember his name. Cindy's husband. He was there, and they started to walk into the driveway. And then, oh gosh, was that before? No, I'm sorry. I skipped over where the chief come. The chief come before Cindy.
The chief?
Yeah, I think Lana King said It was a chief from Millbrook, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that's who I believed it was. Yes, that's who I believe it was. He had introduced himself and he stated where he was from, and he stated that they're the member of the band of Millbrook. So I wasn't paying attention. I just was.
What? Okay. What did they mean, like the band? Or do they actually mean like a band member?
I said, she lives there. So he thanked me very much and he went in. So I waited about another 20 minutes and then I went in again. And he was saying to Melaya that they were going to have a prayer at the table. So I figured I'd give them their props.
That's a good point. Chai Tea. Chai Tea said the black flies and deer flies this year were atrocious. Those kids would have been crying and trying to get out of the woods this time of year in Nova Scotia. Do you guys remember all of those flies when they are doing the news? All of them? That would drive me nuts. Bad.
Privacy for that it was with the other band members that they were doing a prayer. They were all sitting around the table. So I thought that I didn't have the right to stand around. So I come back out and there was other people standing in the driveway, but that's when my sister and I decided we'd call it a day. That it was a pretty tiring day. So we left. Once we left, I guess that's when all hell broke loose.
That's when all hell broke loose. What really happened when all hell broke loose? That's what I want to know as well. What happened to make hell break loose? Are we being told everything? Yeah, I know when the argument broke loose, but what really happened? That's my question.
As we were getting ready to leave, Cindy pulls in. She goes into the driveway with the woman, and then I see her husband go in. And as we're cooling down the air conditioner in the car, then all of a sudden I seen Cindy's husband come out and he gets into a vehicle. And then that's when I said, we may as well pull out of here. So we did. That took place Saturday.
Well, yeah, and exactly. Being Florida says Daniel's family teamed up against Malaya's, or Malaya's teamed up against, it could be vice versa or equally. But that's the thing, right? This should make everyone stop and think. If you have one side of the family and the other side of the family, and your family knows you, they know both of you, right? And you guys come out of the house, you say, Melaya says, I was asleep and Daniel was, back and forth asleep. We heard the kids. We say the same thing. We're both in bed. That's the main thing. Both of us are in bed all night, all morning. And they start blaming one side of the family or another side of the family. They know that shit's been going on in this family for some reason. Pardon my French. Stuff has been going on for months or years. Right? And they start blaming one another. Why? Because if both of us are telling both sides of the family the same thing, what's the problem? What's the problem? It means, hey Sarah, I can see honey. It means something is wrong. That there have been some hiccups along the road, right? Hiccups along the road, right? High stress can create combustible environments. Yes, it can. But when it comes to blaming, you killed a child, you did something to this child, which is what they're blaming Daniel's family of doing, according to Daniel, which he has lied several times with different interviews. That's a different story, right? That's a different story. Arguing about, you should have watched the door closer, or you should have got up. Whatever. That can happen. But saying, I'm blaming the stepdad or the mom of this or this, that's a little different, in my opinion. Belynda heard how Janie was with the RCMP. You can bet she got into it with Malaya's mother.
Which part? Where did Saturday start from?
It's really
It was around from 10 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. And I think my sister said it was around 4, between 4 and 4:30 when we left.
They were there
And
all night.
the press conference was at was it 9:30, do you recall? 9, the press conference that they had on the 3rd, or the meeting or whatever.
So they were there. Grandma Belynda was there till like 4:30 that morning. At around 9 or 9:30 that morning, there is the famous press conference, which is where Melaya goes into the back of an ambulance. And she then leaves with her mother. There was allegedly something wrong with Malaya's car, if I remember correctly, and I'm being speculative when I say this, or did RCMP, did they want to look at the car and she couldn't take it anywhere? Okay, that was Saturday, Mohawk. Thank you. When was the press conference? Was what? The 4th? The 4th? I'm trying to remember. What was that? Not sure how it ended. Gotcha. Yes, the 4th. Yeah. 3rd. Huh. Yeah, okay. Because the kids went missing the 2nd. She was there the 3rd, which is past midnight. That's when Belynda was there. She was there till 4 o'clock in the morning. 2nd, 3rd. Yeah, that would have been right. Yeah.
The one where Malaya went into some ambulance or something like that? Do you recall? Were you there for any of that part of it?
No. I don't know if we were already in the woods at that point or if that
Oh,
took.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure when that took place because I knew nothing about it.
Yeah, because that was, well, it would have to be afterwards, because at that point is when she had discussed something with her mom for 5 minutes, according to Daniel and Logan,
Yes.
and left right after that. So if Malaya was still there when you got back from searching the woods,
that's when she's in the back of the ambulance. Daniel says she talks to mom for 5 minutes, and after that, Malaya changed and left with said mother and has never came back. Blocked Daniel, and it's been like this ever since. What happened with that conversation? I mean, I do think Malaya was wanting to get away from Daniel. What was the change in the relationship? I don't know. But even Daniel acknowledges that that he had changed in the relationship, right? Showed you the text, Waterfall Daniel, I want to, be the same person that I met when we were at the waterfall. She knows what that means, is what he says. So, I don't know who is more involved or not. But what I can think is both of them have knowledge. And this is the thing that I have. If one of them did something and the other one didn't do something, and woke up to found one of the parents snapped for whatever reason, wouldn't they say, wouldn't they have said something by now? As long as Malaya has been separated from Daniel, blocked him, wants nothing to do with him, and Daniel's been trying to get her, to talk to him, but now he's the opposite end of that, and he's running her under the bus. So to me, in my opinion, the only thing that makes sense to me at this point, which is pretty much always has, is there had to be a negligent accident. I just still say that. I feel like a negligent accident still, which they can both be equally implicated in.
Yes.
that
Right.
situation hadn't happened yet.
Yeah, right.
So I assume we must have missed it. And afterwards, I thought I wished I would have stayed. And I really wished I would have stayed.
I know. Hindsight, right? On that.
Sunday, I didn't go searching. That my niece and friends of hers, they're hikers, so they stated they would go for me. So they went Sunday. Then Monday, my sister and I decided, well, we were going to go back. So we had my nephew, and he had a 4-wheel machine because we wanted to take the trails back further towards the pipeline. And like I said, there's trails that go everywhere throughout there.
So when I want to make this clear, Charlotte, thank you for letting me clarify this. She said both kids died in an accident. That would be rare, no? Yes, it would. But a negligent accident it's what I call a negligent accident. It's my term that I use here. It is potentially there was drugs left out on a counter. The kids got a hold of it. They were hungry. They were neglected or whatever. And the parents were asleep or passed out, and the kids ate it. And the parents wake up, and the kids are gone, right? Carbon monoxide. Yes and no with carbon monoxide, because with carbon monoxide, if I was telling y'all about a case, there was a case where these parents, they lived in like a little shed thingy. It was one of the daughter's birthday that day. They had a little birthday party at a little restaurant. They came home. They did a little fire inside. They didn't crack the window enough. And there was also drugs in the house. There's actual body cam of this. And they bust in the door, and the parents are sleeping on the deceased children. One is still alive. The other one is still deceased. But they couldn't even get up themselves because they were had carbon monoxide in their system, and B, drugs in their system. And that happens too. Zanny the nanny, just what Joe said. There are people out there they'll knock their, they'll give their kids that stuff so they can party and carry on and everything else. Oh my Lord, these people.
So we started searching right away. And when we were done with that search, I come back out, and they stayed out by the road, and I started to walk in because I wanted to let Melaya know that we were searching to see if she had any more information. And that's when I had met Logan. That when I walked into the driveway and I said hi to them, and
yes, the trailer and the camper have a wood burning stove. In fact, when the kids first went missing, you can see that there is a fire in the stove of where the kids live, in the trailer there. Not the RV, but the trailer. You can see that there's a fire.
Justin was really upset. He was crying. Daniel was out talking to reporters at the end of the driveway. And Justin was really, really upset. So right away I was thinking they must have got some kind of bad news. So when I walked up close, right away Logan said, "Who are you? And what do you want?" And I just told her, I said, "Don't get mosey with me." I said, I'm the grandmother on the biological father's side. And right away she apologized. She apologized profusely. And then she proceeded to tell me that Melaya left on Saturday.
So
And,
I don't.
Now, regardless, it's still a shock that Melaya left. Now, I know a lot of people thinks that Melaya may have been abused herself, which is always a possibility. And that she perhaps feared for her life, that she had to get out when she had to get out, which may be true. But for me, if that is true, still doesn't mean she can't advocate for her kids. Still doesn't mean she can't do a sit-down interview and bring some clarity to the situation. So who are you and what do you want? Tells me plenty about Daniel's family.
I'm not trying to stir the pot or anything, but just
Listen to
because you
this.
were there,
Listen,
looking back, the fact that they hadn't gotten any bad news and they hadn't found anything
listen to this.
was Justin's reaction. Looking back, do you think that was appropriate, or
It struck me as very, very odd, because I said to my sister afterwards, I mean, I know they were probably somewhat close with the kids because they were there for 2 years. But I said he seemed really devastated. So it did strike me as just a little off. Because he really did look devastated. That was the other thing I wanted to say.
And it seems like the way Belynda is talking here, it seems like he is showing more emotion than actually Melaya is. Right? Malaya's done kicked the popsicle stand, and she's already gone with Mama. She just looked like she was in, a shock, perhaps. I mean, everybody deals with trauma differently. I do understand that, but they're saying, and there's this discrepancy about Justin, right? Some people say that he was living there with his mom because he's getting a divorce. And others are saying he has a place up the road. Both can be true. He can have a place up the road and live there, or live part-time there. Justin newly divorced and not with his kids. That's what I always thought, Prickly Pear. That's what I always thought. But could be wrong. Could be wrong.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When Melaya stated about who Jamie was and who Justin was, she said they live in the trailer out back. She used the words they.
Melaya used they live in the trailer. And that's how it was reported in the beginning, is they live in the trailer out back, meaning what's her name? Generator Janie and Justin. Tupac's wife, Justin is Daniel Martell's brother. Distancing, yes.
And my sister and I afterwards thought, wow, that's such a small trailer.
It's a motorhome.
But people live how they live. So that was the end of that thought. And it wasn't until I seen a couple of clips from the news briefing stating that Justin didn't live on the property. And I thought, well, geez, maybe we heard wrong, but I was positive she said they.
Well, maybe Darren can clear. Darren, in chat, do you think you can clear that up for Belynda?
That's a good point, Mohawk. So Justin and Janie are in the camper, allegedly. So it was his dog in there too. That's a good point. Could be. Could be.
Do you know if Justin was living on the property during the kid's disappearance? Because she, like Belynda says, Melaya, she swore she said they.
She said they. And then when I heard that Justin has a place up the road, but then I heard Logan's interview being broadcasted where she was on TikTok. And
hold on. Janie has a little dog. Justin has a big dog. Didn't Belynda say it was a big dog? Oh, I don't either. I don't believe she ever heard the kids that morning. Ever. I don't believe it. I think it's convenience, and I think she will lie for her son, in my opinion.
And somebody had asked about Justin, and she said, well, no, he's got his own problems right now, that he's in the middle of a divorce. And then right away, bells went off in my head, and it's like, well, he's in the middle of a divorce. Well, then maybe Melaya was right. He was staying with Janie at that particular time. But I still don't know. Everybody is saying that, no, he didn't stay there. But I know she said they. And if he's in the middle of a divorce, my mind states, well, him and his wife probably aren't staying in the same house together.
Exactly, right? Because Logan said that on her thing. That
Yes.
he was, yeah. So
Yeah.
So I can understand that. So maybe Darren can clear that out for us.
You are a precious little thing. You really are. And you are loved for every second of your beautiful little life.
Just the main reason why I come on here is I'd like to express my sincere, heartfelt for the situation that you're going through. And I know that it takes every...
How long has this Justin been getting a divorce? Does anyone know? I'm curious why Melaya got a divorce from her first husband and why she left her first old man. Read my post. Okay, butterflies. Seems that Daniel's family members live close by, in my opinion. Justin spent time with the kids and was close to them. I don't know. I just got a weird feeling about this.
bit of strength that you have, and we all just got to have faith that we will be able to get Jack and Lily back home. So I hope it gives you a little bit of faith that maybe there is a miracle out there. Miracles do happen for the strangest reasons.
Thank you.
So that, and there was one thing in the chat, but I can't remember. I lost my thought on the one in the chat. But
bingo, bingo. Passion flower. Yes. Yes.
Is
it about
there
the water? Was it about the water?
No, I know what it is now. Yeah, from knowing Melaya, and I know we all can't explain the extenuating circumstances, but do you get the feeling that she wasn't acting as a normal, like everybody says, oh, well, if these were my kids, I'd be out there pleading for their safe return or for them to be found if they were lost in the woods. Like,
she was totally off. Malaya was totally off. At first, I thought it was shock, but when I come home Saturday night,
I don't know who Kent is. I just know he's a local, I think. But listen to what Grandma Belynda says here.
shock. But when I come home Saturday night, and I kept thinking about her behavior because it was very odd to me. And then it dawned on me, she couldn't be in shock because
Listen,
this is a crisis that just happened the day before. So this is still a panic mode. I know because I remember when my daughter went missing once.
So were you shocked? Were you shocked on Sunday when you went back and found out, for whatever reason,
I know
that she left the property?
A part of me inside, I'm sorry, but a part of me inside died. Knowing she left with those babies gone. I don't know how she could do that, to be honest. I love the Malaya that I knew, but I don't know how any mother can leave the place where her babies were.
that rips my heart out for Miss Belynda, because she is the only one. She's the only one that has advocated for these children honestly and fully, transparently. I know it's sad. It's very sad. She's really grieving. Oh, it's Kent Armand. Okay, gotcha.
I'm only the grandmother, and I didn't want to leave at all. I wanted to stay there the whole time and sleep in a car.
Yeah, that's
I don't get
baffles
that.
me.
I don't get that at all. I don't get that at all. So I figured if she left, something tells me she had to have had a very, very good reason to leave. Is it because she knows her babies are alive? I really, really hope so. But this other part of me tells me no.
But it also could be that she knows that I hate to say it too, but
Oh gosh. Oh, that was it. Okay, that's it. That's all I got on there. Okay, guys, that's all I got on there. I just wanted to play that part there because we'll go through a lot of it tomorrow. It's going to take several days to get through all of that, probably, because there is so much, and some of it, I think it's like a 5-hour live, and a lot of it is that one lady talking in the beginning mostly, so we can skip through most of that. There is much more to that interview. If you guys want to listen to it in full, you can, it's link provided in the description there for you as well. So we'll see a lot after when talking and that lady. I wanted Belynda to talk more, but I'm sure she will talk more. She wants to listen to anybody that, for anything, you know what I mean? And you can't blame her. That's what any person would want to do. That's what Seth, same thing. You know, when you're in these situations, you're desperate and you'll do anything to find an answer. I think that's scary to think Daniel getting Meadow. Oh, I don't think he'll I don't think he'll get her. I don't think he'll get her at all. Whenever it comes to I did a short on, they took, CPS took Meadow out of there like that, right? Took Meadow out like that, and was allowed around Melaya with supervision, but then was taken away from both parents. And I feel like they know more of this situation, that they know more of this situation. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. At the memorial, Daniel looked like so unfeeling, nothing like you should when your kids are missing. Total strangers were crying for those kids. I don't know. I just feel like both parents equally know. There's not one or the other that I point toward more, because to me, they both, I feel like they both know they have more knowledge. Chai tea, yes, they do. They do. Now, what that CPS entails months prior, I can't tell you. But even CPS did a press statement and said that they were at this house months prior. Miss Matt Murphy, the Wells boys were removed too. Maybe it's a procedure in these types of cases. I've seen cases where kids are removed, and I've seen cases where kids aren't. Most of the cases that I have covered where they remove the children, it's always the one that the public's like, something's wrong here. Something's wrong here for the majority of the public. But I don't know. No, Brenda, I don't. I don't think they're still alive. I don't. I pray Brandy's kids aren't removed. No. I pray to God I'm wrong. I hope that Melaya or Daniel put them in a car and put them off with somebody. I don't see it. I don't see it. There is too much pressure, and there is not any indicators that anyone has shown me. And RCMP has said, and they trust me, they have the deets to know whether someone came in that area and took those kids or not. So people can say that Melaya, saw them, her putting them in a kid's car. Now, let me just say something, guys. Durwood said, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, that Janie saw Melaya putting the kids in the car. Is that right? I'm going to wait till what the chat says. I want to know if I'm wrong or not, because I could be wrong. Is that correct? Then what did he say, Rainbow? What did he say? Who saw Melaya putting kids in a car or walking over there to a car? Durwood claims he just moved from. She walked up to her when they had already drove off. Yes, it does, Ida. And it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Okay. 2 people in the car as well. Okay. He said Janie saw her at the end of the driveway thinking she just missed the kids being driven away, in his opinion. Okay. Now, Miss Janie, if you're going to allow Durwood to speak for you, my question is, after 8 weeks, did you not tell the RCMP that you think Melaya shoved the kids in a car? I mean, is that where we're at now? Is believing that stuff? Is that where we're at? What's that? Developing a woman sitting in a chair with a... Good Lord, people are lost their minds. If it changes like that, it's a lot. Belynda said you have to walk out to the road to make phone calls, and Melaya called the school at that time. So now, oh my fuck. So now, Melaya is outside at 6:15 in the morning to make a call, and Janie is out there outside. And Malaya's coming back. Yeah, you can call the school through the damn router. You see, I see your messages, Rainbow. I see no. Justin, please read my message, please. No, I believe Belynda. I don't think Durwood is being intentionally deceptive. I think he's being deceived by Daniel and what's her name? Generator Janie. I believe Belynda. But this is the thing. Because Daniel tells Belynda something doesn't mean it's true. That's the thing, right? I believe Belynda's account of something she was there, saw, heard, touched. Okay? I believe what Belynda, like if Daniel told Belynda something, I believe what she is saying, Daniel actually told her. But I don't believe Daniel. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because Daniel lies like a rug. Like a rug. Okay. I believe Belynda, everything, that she was there as gospel. She has no reason. This woman is hurt beyond belief. And Durwood's and Belynda's accounts might be the same. Daniel might have told them the same thing. But just because Daniel tells them that and they have the same account doesn't mean what Daniel is saying or generator Janie is saying. And trust me, Daniel, Janie, and Justin are going to be as thick as thieves. Their family, and it's all on the line for them. It's all on the line. Just the way it is. So, Mr. whatever his name is, I can't remember his name. Durwood, there we go. He might believe it. But let's get those timelines. Janie. Absolutely, Brandy. Absolutely. Yep, Ida. That is right, Rainbow. And this is the problem. Why does someone deceive? It's very simple. Why someone deceives. They don't want you to know the truth. Why does someone not want you to know the truth? Because they fear of the consequences. Yes. And there is no one, in my opinion, that's going to be as thick as they are as those three right there. Hey, Angels Mama, you okay? What's wrong, baby? I didn't see your message. Yeah, polygraphs doesn't make it or break it for me. I agree, Brandy. I like Kent. Durwood. Again, Durwood cussed me like a dog yesterday in chat. But I don't think he is intentionally being deceptive. I think he's doesn't do the true crime things that we have seen over the years. He didn't even know about a timeline. He admitted that himself. And I think he thinks he's making a real difference. But all I think he is doing, and I mean this respectfully, is just being a mouthpiece for Daniel, Janie, and the rest of them who he talks to, right? So he said that Janie's so upset of the things that she's seen on here that she just might come out and talk herself. Well, guess what? She's about 8 weeks shy of that. And if she talks because of we got her to talk, because we're dumbasses, then and these two kids, Lilly and Jack Sullivan, couldn't get her to talk, then I have nothing to say. Oh yeah. He's mad. He hung up on me. Because I asked questions. Was not disrespectful. Was not disrespectful to him whatsoever on the phone. But because I said, how does that happen? Show us. Well, I can't show you. Well, then either don't come to YouTube. Go to the RCMP. How about that? Go to the RCMP and tell them, or come back when you can show us. Right? Come back when you can show us. That's really all I can say to him. Because it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. 1 second, y'all. I've got so much. What the hell is this? Damn, where did it go? Okay. We'll get to that later. It'll be all right. So, I don't think he thinks that I think he thinks he's getting somewhere, but I'm telling you, if the RCMP isn't getting anywhere with the technology that they have, I don't think respectfully he is either. I think it also builds up a false hope, especially for family members as well. I think it can be distracting for the RCMP, delaying the process, because you're going to get 500 calls of, oh my God, this guy Durwood, is saying he knows 80% of what happened. Tammy, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Thank you so much, my dear. Check out 60 Scoop. Yeah, I agree, Becca. I agree. And also, people need to not be texting Daniel. I saw a really bad message that someone sent Daniel. People, leave him alone. Don't someone sent him something and it said he was a child unaliver. Oh, you're welcome, Wesley. You're welcome. Thank you. It said he was a child unaliver. And they said really disgusting things to him. And that's really, don't do that. Whoever does that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, hey CG, good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're doing better. And don't say that to him. Don't say that to him. Yes, and for God's sakes, don't call the RCMP unless it is firsthand knowledge, meaning you saw it, heard it, smelt it, whatever. You had to be there. Now, if you know someone who says, that they were there when such and such happened. You get them by their hand and you say, let's call the RCMP right now. They make the call. But they cannot go on these, my brother's, sister's, aunt's, mother's, third cousin's, nephew's, niece said. It's just a waste of time. Just is. Yeah, Jill, I'm not a fan of them. I know a lot of people are. I think they sold out years ago. I only listen to Pat Brown, Deception Detective, Peter Hyatt, God rest his soul, he's now deceased, and I can't think of the other guy's name. Someone will say it in a second. But I'm just not a fan of them. I think that they don't really give... No, they can't diagnose. No one can diagnose, over that. But I just feel like they are so receptive to their sponsors now. No, not... I already said Deception Detective. Steve Johnson. Thank you. That it's more about keeping their sponsors. They get big ass sponsors when you get a channel that big, and they're afraid to actually say a real opinion. That's just me, though. Sometimes they might go in and out, but they don't really give any meat on the bone. You know what I mean? CBJ, yeah. I don't know. It's like, you know what? I really believe there's at least two people that know what happened to Jack and Lilly. And that's what always pisses me off about these cases, is there is detectives, there is community members. A lot of us lose sleepless nights trying to find out where these children are when there is people that know. They know, and they just sit on it and live in misery. What is this 60 scoop everyone is talking about in chat? What are we talking about? TBP, have cash now and NBC. What's TBB? I don't know. I think of JG Wentworth commercial when you say that. I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. Call JG Wentworth 877 cash now. If they don't have cadaver dogs out there, then they believe these children are still alive. I don't think so. I disagree with you, 1-800. I disagree. They've made it, it is Dreamcatcher. JG Wentworth, sponsor me. Sponsor little old Pearl. Come on. 60 scoop of ice cream would kill me. 60 scoops of ice cream? Oh, we love Chris McDonough. Chris is a friend. Chris is a former homicide detective. Well, he still is a homicide detective, but something Canadians are still paying cash for to help clear people's mental health issues because money can do that. I'm so lost in this conversation. Google 60s scoop. Okay, I'm not going to see like... I don't know, an 80-year-old woman with tits down to her knees and a cigarette in her mouth? I'm just making sure. It's like, okay. 60s scoop. The 60s scoop, also known as the scoop, was a period in which a series of policies were enacted in Canada that enabled child welfare authorities to take or scoop up Indigenous. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Fifth Estate did something on this before. The Fifth Estate did something on this before. That's where they did. They were doing that with like the Catholic schools. They were making them convert. It's really bad. Sorry. Abapentin CG, yeah. I have a bulging disc too, and it sucks. It sucks. Mine doesn't hurt me that bad generally, though. It takes spells, but did not happen much in Nova Scotia because they did not even have reserves in. I want ice cream now. Oh, it's from the car crash. That's really bad. That's really bad. I have whiplash because of a crash when I was hit by a drunk driver. That's what gives me pain every day. Bridget, that is false information. Lilly or Jack's remains have not been found. Have not been found. Never. Whiplash is bad. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna call it a night. If anything breaks, it had me. I was fired up starting this live. I was fired up. Oh, Linda, can't imagine. Thank you, Rainbow. I know, Rainbow. I know. Yeah. All right, guys. Love you all. See you guys tomorrow. If anything breaks tonight, I'll be here. Good night, everyone. God bless each and every one of you. Hug the ones you love. Life is short. You only get so many trips around the sun. Good night. God bless.